Welcome back to Mr. Kiser's class. Today what I'm going to show you guys how to do is how to change the dimensions in Draftsight. I know some of you guys were struggling with this, so I want to do a quick tutorial to show you how to do this. First thing I'm going to do is just make a square using the rectangle tool. I'm going to click anywhere, and as you see I can click again if I'd like, but I'm going to go ahead and show you as well how to use the rectangle tool. If you see down there, you see that there's area, dimensions, and rotation. If you want to create a specific length and width, what you want to choose is dimensions, and to do that all you have to do is press D, hit enter, and then it says specify horizontal dimension. I'm going to hit 4 inches, enter, then specify vertical dimension. I'm going to say 4 inches, enter, and there we have it, a 4x4 square. Alright, so now what we want to do is go up to dimensions and just do a smart dimension. Click on the top line and pull up, and we'll see that we have a 4 foot here. However, this is an engineering dimension. What we would like to do, or decimal dimension, what we'd like to do is change that to architectural. And to do that, we go to tools, options. The first thing we want to change are our drawing settings. We want to change our unit system to architectural right here, which I've already done. And then we want to go down to our drafting styles. We want to go to dimensions. Then we want to go down to linear dimension, and we want to change this decimal here to architectural. Click apply and then OK, and voila, now we have a 4-inch dimension. And now whenever I create any other dimension, say I do another linear over here, it will also show up as an architectural. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you is how to use the layers manager. Come over here, the button that looks like a finger pointing at a bunch of files, click on that. You notice there are 2 separate layers in here. These are your default layers, definition points and the 0 layer. Go ahead and click on new and call this dimensions. And then click a new again and call this one graphic. You can really call this whatever you want as long as you know what it is. I'm going to change this layer, the dimensions to red. Then click OK. And now I can select whatever dimensions or graphics or lines or whatever it may be, hidden line, visible line, and I can move it to whatever layer I need to move it to. So I select the 4-inch dimension here and the 4-inch dimension here by holding shift and selecting it again, and then click on dimensions. And there you have it. They are both on the dimensions layer, and I can turn that dimension on and off. I can lock that dimension, or I can freeze that dimension. Right. Notice when I click on the freeze dimension, it also hides it. So keep that in mind. You locking it will prevent you from moving it, copying it, or deleting it by accident. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that dimensions layer off so that I can then select the graphic. Hit my drop down menu again, choose the graphic layer, and then hit escape, and I'll go back to my 0 layer, and then I will have this graphic on the graphic layer. Now from now on, if I select the graphic layer up here and then I draw, I'm drawing on the graphic layer. Obviously not a perfect square there, but that's fine. And so you see now if I turn this graphic layer off again, which is the active layer, I have nothing here. So keep that in mind too. If you accidentally are on the dimensions layer when you are drawing a line, it does not matter that it's not a dimension. It will turn that layer, it will draw on that layer and it will draw it red, even though it's a line. So, and it's locked still, so I can't even change it once I draw on there. In order to change it, I have to unlock it and then delete those lines out. This is very useful to have layers, especially if you have lots of dimensions and lots of graphics and lines and vanishing points and stairs and so on and so forth, so that you can see what you're actually manipulating. The idea is to convey to the person who's trying to read your blueprint or where it may be, convey to them the information that is needed.